Hey there guys, welcome back to another video here on Boreal Bushcraft Canada. Well, I've been tagged by our good friend LT Survival. Hey there Louis. And as I told him, the tag couldn't come at a better time. What you see over here on this table, aside from the Hunt's tomato paste, which I will explain a little later on, is all stuff that I raided from one of my, my cousin and my nurse cousin and my doctor cousin's little stash, okay? I went there and I just started taking whatever I can see in front of me. Of course, to their knowledge, and I didn't steal anything. I don't think I stole anything. Anyway, so, yeah, I was tagged to show my first aid kit. And the reason I'm masking the brand name up here with our card, with our BBC card, is not to show the card. I just don't want to show the maker of this product because I don't want to be faced with a lawsuit because I bashed the hell out of this product. And I shouldn't have done that because I don't know if you recall the last video that I did when I was up heading up to Labrador. I got myself a minor burn, you know, and it started to really bother me. And I opened up this this kit over here, and what I was looking for wasn't there. And this is my mistake, okay? Because you should always take a look at what's inside here. Make sure the expiry date is in good order, and everything is up to par, okay? I mean, these little things, sometimes we take them for granted. There could come a time where this thing could save your life, or at least save one of your limbs, you know? I mean, you say, yeah, how am I going to get hurt? I mean, it doesn't take much. You cut yourself within the triangle of death, okay, which where your main arteries are inside of your legs. And you can bleed out with, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, okay, but you can bleed out in no time. You'll be dead before you can get help. So these things do come in handy. They can save your life, okay? And I trashed the hell out of this product. And like I said, I shouldn't have. First and foremost, I didn't pay 50 or 60 bucks for it that I thought I did. It only cost $20, okay? Now, you have to understand, what are you going to get for 20 bucks today, okay? I mean, it comes in a somewhat waterproof or water-resistant bag. It's red, so you can see it very easily. You can find it wherever it's hidden in the bottom of your back sack, whatever. And whatever is in here, which I will show you soon, you know, is there to give you first aid, okay? And like Louis said, it's first aid. You shouldn't worry so much about sterilization and whatever. I mean, yeah, if your bandages are filthy and they're full of, you know, muck and whatever, you're not going to be putting them on a wound. But hey, you know, like he said, first aid, you got to stop the bleeding. You got to give the person in need help until you get him to, you know, the proper, until he gets the proper medical treatment, okay? That's what these things are for. Now, I'm going to open it up and talk about this baby here because I have to make up for it because I bashed it, all right? So all these things that I have over here, what I have to do now is buy my cousins dinner or lunch and have them give me a crash course on how to use all this stuff. So let me put this stuff away and we'll start talking about this little kit that was in my back sack for the longest time and I only had to use it once. Stay with me, guys. Okay guys, so basically this is what you get in a kit of this nature here, okay, that I picked up at a pharmacy and I paid only 20 bucks for. So as you can see, you're basically getting what you're paying for, okay? The contents, yeah, they can help you out in a very, very minor situation type of thing, okay? But the bag alone, a bag like this, it's padded, it's got a nylon backing inside, and you got some plastic envelopes where you can put stuff that you don't want to get, you know, that you want to keep from getting wet, you know, because this thing is somewhat water resistant, although I don't think it's waterproof. So if it falls in a lake, it'll probably float, but I don't know how long it'll take for the water to penetrate through and destroy everything you have in here. So you have options. You have these little plastic envelope pockets, or you can put, whatever. So now, talking about the contents, you don't get much. But again, you're only paying 20 bucks. So it would be a good idea, I think, to pick something like this up, okay, and just add to it. Like, for instance, these scissors here, I'm going to replace them with a professional set of shears and tweezer here, which is sterile, by the way. And again, we talked sterile before. In a first aid situation, you use what you have. You want to sterilize a needle or shears or what have you, you can just do it with a lighter, just burn it. So I would change these things here. I would replace the roll of tape, The rest of the stuff I would keep. Now, they give you a shitload of alcohol swabs and, all this stuff here. It's okay, but you can make your own normal saline solution out in the field. It's very easy. All you need is some sterile water. So you boil some water, and you need like a half a teaspoon of salt versus one cup of water. And you boil your water. You boil your cup of water. You throw your half a teaspoon of salt inside, and there you have it. Once your water starts to boil and you throw your salt inside, you leave it for about a minute or so, whatever, and you're going to have what is called a normal solution, a normal saline solution, okay? Now, they use these solutions for injecting medicines in the veins, rinsing contact lenses, rinsing your nasal passages, and even going as far as a bladder irrigation if you want, So, you make a lot of that stuff and you can rinse your wound, okay? Salt, if you don't know how to measure, see these little packets over here? You get these at restaurants and takeout counters, okay? You're going to need about 4 of these, because each envelope contains about 1/8 of a teaspoon. So you're going to need like 4 of these to make a half a teaspoon, okay? My calculations are right. So, it's always good. You keep a couple of these in one of these waterproof compartments here, these envelopes, stuff that in there, and you're good to go. You boil your water, throw your salt inside, and you got yourself something that could replace most of these little envelopes that you see up front over here, okay? They do offer you a little first aid safety quick tip, starter kit, whatever, there's a little book here, but hey, are you going to start reading when you're in the field and somebody's suffering? No. This you should read before. Another addition to this little kit would be a little $4 or $3 Mylar blanket. It's just fits in there, like doesn't take up too much room, And I've seen these things used when people are in shock. They just wrap them with them. I don't know why. And like I said before, I will get a crash course on first aid from one of my cousins very, very soon, because I believe that I need it. I know dick when it comes to all this stuff. So, yeah. So, keep one of these things in here. And another thing, and this is more like if you suffer a burn at home, okay? Tomato paste, and believe me, I've seen this thing with my own eyes, my very own eyes, about 40 years ago. Yeah, it was about 35, 40 years ago. One of my friends, and he's still my friend, by the way, okay? He was working in my brother-in-law's kitchen, and they had just removed a big pot of gravy, and they left it on the floor in the kitchen. And as he was walking by, the floor was wet. He slipped, and his whole arm, from the fingertips all the way up to his armpit, landed right into that gravy. Now you could imagine how badly he got burnt, because by the time he moved, it spilled on him, whatever. I saw the first chef run into the run onto one of the run to the shelves, pick out a big jar of tomato paste. He opened it up and he just smothered his hand and wherever he got burnt with it. Okay, and then they rushed him to the hospital. And I'll tell you, the guy today does not have one mark on his arm. So, and I did read up on it. Tomato paste helps, So I'm not telling you to keep a can of tomato paste in your backpack in case you get burned. But hey, if tomato paste works, maybe ketchup will work. So you can get, one of these little envelopes that look like the salt ones that you get to carry out ketchup from the restaurants. Scaff a couple of those in there too, I don't know what else to say. I mean, aside from being a decent kit, okay, providing you add to it, I think you'll be okay. And another thing, I have this waterproof little bag. It's like it's a waterproof bag where it's made for keeping your passport or your telephone in it. Okay, I would make a secondary little daily kit that I would just scaff in the back of my backpack when I'm going out for the day. One of these things here. Put a couple of band-aids in them, and there you have it. I think you could build yourself a pretty decent kit by purchasing one of these, removing some of the junk that I think is in there, and replacing it with better quality first aid material. So, I guess the review of my first aid kit and the tag that I got from my friend Louis is going to probably come to an end. I don't know. I can't talk much about things. I suggest you watch his video on it. He's more specific. He's more of an expert. And I learned quite a bit by watching his. So, thanks for the tag. I hope it was okay, Louis. And thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate your comments, your reviews, and everything. And see you guys on the next vid. So long.